because this is how you can share the link to your evidence with the assessors from Microsoft. So it is very important. We gave a session in Arabic, and today, inshallah, we are doing the same session, but in English this time. So first, let me start by introducing quickly my team and our initiative, and then we will start right away. Okay, so I'm sharing my screen. Okay, so we started this initiative. I guess here we have a second page in English. Okay. So we started this initiative to provide support for our colleagues to apply for the MIEE, or the Microsoft Innovative Educator Expert from Microsoft. And of course, we all know this is not the target. The target is to provide support to our colleagues and see the possible or the possibilities that Microsoft tools provide us with, which will eventually help you be ready for MIEE expert. So that is why it's coming now. That's why it's towards the end of the year. So hopefully, inshallah, you've done enough work during the year that now you do not find issues with the evidence. So this is our team. Speaking is Hanen Dhahri. I am an English lead teacher in Al Houtain School, and I am MIEE for the years from 2020 to 2022. My colleague Rabab Al-Sadiq, social studies teacher, MIEE 2021-2022. Hanan Jamal, KG teacher, MIEE 2021-2022. And Ms. Ashwani Mohan, our DT teacher, MIEE 2021-2022, and Ms. Cynthia Ragnorath, physics teacher in our school and health science, and she is also MIEE 2021-2022. So we give sessions in both Arabic and English. All of us have full load. That's why we started a bit late, but hopefully we were able to support our colleagues, inshallah. Thank you. So that would be all. Excuse me. So I'm starting with Microsoft Sway. We will start from the very beginning. How can I log into Sway? There are two ways, you know, the familiar ones. So the first one, you go to to any browser, either Google or your Microsoft Edge browser or Mozilla Firefox, and you just write sway.office.com, and then you will already have the link to it directly. For me, because I saved my login, so it will take you to this page. This will help you log in if you are using a normal account. I repeat. So this one will allow you to log in if you are using a normal account, or even you can sign in with your Microsoft account here. However, for me, the second way is to log in here for OneDrive. So if you are the Office 365, you have here the icon. And if you click the icon, it will open automatically. So this is possible for the people who have already accounts from ESE or from the Ministry of Education or from Tarbiyah, etc. So if you have any account or any school account, so it must be like Office 365. If you click it, it will take you to your folder or to your files. So you have here Office. In the top right corner, here you have home and you have the contents and you have the different apps. Looking for more, you have two choices. Either you write directly in the search or you look here in apps. So in my case here, I will just write here Sway and it will take me directly to Sway. So I will start the procedure Please let me know in the chat if I am fast or if you need a question. If something is not working, you can write in the chat. It's already activated for you, so you can write right away in the chat, or if I'm moving fast, etc. But for us, it's like end of the day, so I will try to give the necessary details. Why? Because later you will have the opportunity when you start using Sway yourself, you will find more innovative ways to use it and to introduce it to your colleagues or to your students. So why Sway? Why not something else? Sway, what is it? First, it's a presentation tool. Okay, you can use Sway to create presentations, and you can share with your colleagues. And if you are familiar with this, I shared already last time, and I will share again today for those who are not with us last time. This is a very simple and basic Sway about the steps to apply for MIEE. I put here all the steps and the necessary links and everything that you can need. So I will share with you again, and then we can start from the beginning, how to add slides and media to the Sway. Right. So the first thing here, I'm sharing this. This is a ready Sway. Okay. So I will start here. I will make sure that I choose the right people. In our case, you cannot choose people in your organization. This means that if people are not in ese.com.gov, for example, or if my account is moe.gov.ae, no one else will be able to see the Sway. However, to make sure that your Sway can be seen by anyone, and in our case, we need the Microsoft assessors to see our Sway, then you choose anyone with a link. There are many options. It could be shared on Twitter, on Facebook. There are like certain links for that, or you can get a visual link, or you can get a link from here. So I took this link, I copied it already. I will share with you here, but I will show you as well how it looks like if you are sharing it as a visual link. So it will give like a short introduction of what is it, and then you can just copy the link and paste it in any platform or Teams, for example, etc. And it will give you almost exactly, well, the same thing here, but it will load an image for that. So how you share the link is not really very different, as long as you make sure that you are sharing it with choosing the last option, anyone with the link. Okay, because many people were not accepted into MIEE. They do not tell you the reason when someone is rejected or someone do not find their names. They don't tell the reasons. But usually this is one of the main reasons, because they will not be able to see the evidence of that person. So they will be unfortunately rejected, which we would like to avoid. Okay, so this is an example of a Sway. You have it there. If you have a question about it later or how you add something, you can simply just ask. Now, I will go back to the main page. So when you log into a Sway, this is what you will find. You will find something here that tells you, welcome to Sway. And it will give you, if you have created Sways before, you will find them here, my Sways. If you have edited or viewed or used, for example, here it gives you analytics like how many people saw your Sway, etc. This will help you later to check if your MIEE application Sway is seen or not. It gives you also, well, deleted. If you deleted any, you can also recover them, by the way. So here viewed, these are the Sways. I did not create these, but they were shared with me and I've seen these Sways. Or there are Sways that I've shared or they were shared with me, or I've created and shared with people. So you'll find them here edited. Edited means that you worked on these Sways. Either you started from scratch, like in this example here, in my example, or you just took a Sway and you worked on it. Yes, it works. If you like Sway, for example, you have seen from a colleague a lesson, for example, and you can tailor it to fit your students or your needs. Okay, so I will click here. Either you have here in the main bars or toolbars, you have create new, or you have start from a topic or start from a document type. What is this? What does this mean? So if you are starting from a new Sway, it will give you a blank Sway, and this is where we will go back in a while. Then you have start from a topic, and this here you can look for stuff, and you can Google them here. For example, let me look, for example, for something called, let's say, for example, climate change, and I will click here, create outline, and then it will give you ways to ask, for example, or it will give you questions, guidelines, for example, etc. So you have here some options that are possible. So let's choose this one, and then it will create outlines. So, and then it will give you like many ways until you create your own. The next one, start from a document. This is really very helpful because if you want to start from, look, when I click on this, it gives you here options. You have already a Word document, so you can start from Word or PowerPoint or even a PDF. So it will extract stuff from your PowerPoint and put it there for you, but the pictures will not be organized. So let me just give you an example here. So let's say, for example, if I am looking at a document, and you have many people already create their evidence, for example, or their works on PowerPoint most of the time. So then now with MIEE, you need like to submit this way, or you want to change this lesson, for example, from PowerPoint to Sway. So in this case here, you can take any PowerPoint here and you can add it to your, for example, to your Sway. So I'm just choosing something randomly, and so that was a report on PowerPoint with pictures and text, and this is how it will look like when I create it. Why am I telling this? Some people started working on their MIEE application very early on PowerPoint. So then you can either change that PowerPoint into Sway, or you can upload that PowerPoint into Sway and use it as a link. You can upload it to OneDrive and use it as a link. Okay, so usually this takes time because this is how Sway works. When it is something with videos or with the large, for example, with large documents, it usually takes time to upload. So I'm going back now to my main page, and I will start here a no blank Sway until, and I will tell you, or I will show you later that one. Okay, so so this is when you click Start New, this is what you will receive. And here, of course, because you are, for example, here, I would like to call my Sway my MIEE application, for example, 2022, okay, or 2023, okay? So you can just add the text. It's very easy. Here for the text options, you have a couple of options, not many. You can use it as accent here or italics, or you can also create it as a link. For us, because it's a title, we don't really need to create a title like that. What's good about Sway is every time you add something, you can check it. It saves automatically. That's one. You don't need to save anything on Sway. It saves automatically. Why? Because it's already online. You cannot download Sway. You cannot have a document in your flash drive, for example, called Sway. No, it's just a link. Why? Because it is online, one of the online tools of Microsoft. But you can convert it or export it to PDF. But why? It will not, you will not, when you export it, you will not have the same features that make Sway something nice or something interesting. Okay, so I'm starting here. I will show you in a while what I would like my Sway to look like. So you can either start from here, from design. So this is one. You can start from here, from styles. You can choose, how do I want my Sway? Do I want it horizontal or vertical? Okay, let me add something else and then we'll go back to this. So here, for example, I don't want any background in the picture, or usually if you want, if it is a title, so here, because it is a heading, so it has to be clear and prominent. Then you can add here, okay, so I would like to tell these guys that I already received, for example, my MCE certificates, or that I'm doing excellent in, for example, in Microsoft Learn, and I would like to share one nice, for example, certificate that is strong enough to put in the very beginning of my Sway. So in my case, for example, when you click the plus here, let me restart this. So when you click the plus, it gives you options like the suggested. Is it heading 1? Could it be a text, media? And so these are suggesting heading, text, image, stack, or upload. Then with the text, you can choose, is it a plain text or heading? If it is media, would you like to start with image, video, audio, embed something, or upload? If it is a group, it would be something, how do you group your the stages or the slides that are coming? It's not slides, but the parts, the components or the media that is coming. How would you like to group it? Is it a grid, automatic, a stack? How would you like that to happen? So we will stick here. So I'm uploading, for example, an image, and here, so when you choose image, it gives you the text options. And then it gives you here, if you want to create like a hyperlink in your Sway, or this one is about the emphasis. How would you like your image to look like? Would you like it very small, or a bit larger, or bigger focus or bigger emphasis to this card, and you choose the big one. So let's stick to the middle. And here in this case, you can either, if you have your content ready, you can upload from any file and put it here, drag it, or you can upload from my device. So you go to the right side, to the left side, right side, and you choose my device, and then it will open for you your laptops and your files. So for example, in my case, I will choose something linked because I'm preparing this for MIEE application. So let me choose, for example, this one. I would like to put some, first some certificates. So let me check where are my certificates. So here I chose, by the way, I chose a picture. So in this case, I can choose a certificate here to include. What are my certificates? For example, so this one, I would like to include MIEE certificate from the year before, or I would like to include, for example, or to tell these guys that I am an MIEE trainer or an MCE. So let me see if I have that certificate here. MCE, for example, here it is. So I will upload that one. Where is the MCE? So here in the search, and here we go. Okay, so this is my introduction, for example. So here, so I will choose the settings. I want it medium, not very big, not very small. And the certificate is there. Type, okay, let me check the design. So this is how it looks like. But this way, this is how it is. It will go horizontal. I will add one more thing, and then I will change, for example, I will change the settings. So I will add one more picture. I want to tell these people again another certificate, for example. So it will be, for example, MIEE. It's need an image. Let's say anyone, any picture here. So this is an example. Okay, and I will add here something else. In this case here, for example, I will add the heading. I will write here. So the first thing that I will add, for example, is my transcript, for example, or a question 1, for example. Question 1, for example. So although, no, or for example, students' collaboration evidence. So you write here, you choose, for example, capital letters. You can design this as you want. Let me say, for example, I will add here a media. I will add like a short video. And again, here I will upload from device, and I will check if I have a very short video. So for example, feedback after training session. Okay, so I would like something that is really very short. Okay, book talks, for example. So this is an example. When you are choosing the video, it's better that it is a short one, a very short one, because as you can see, it will take time uploading. So if you have very short videos, you can be patient and upload them here like 1 or 2, not many videos. Or if you have larger videos, just include a link on your OneDrive. In this case, I will show you how, for example, I can do that. So I have some videos on OneDrive. I would just randomly choose anything. So for example, here, I teach English. So I will look at, for example, English projects, for example, and I will choose an example of my students. So this is an example here. So I will share, I will choose the link here, and you can either, so you can just either email here, or in our case, we just need the link. For the links that you include in this way, you don't need to make them short. No need for that. It's fine, as long unless you are like 100% sure that the link will not be corrupted, because that happens. That's one of the issues that happens. So here in this case, I will include media, and so I will add the text. So what is this, for example? I will write here in this link. I will just put the link here, and here sample of students collaboration on CoSpaces مثلا, for example. This is just an example, okay? So now I have enough. See how it changed here? It does not show the title or anything. I will emphasize here. I will make the size a bit bigger. Now we can check the design, because now I have enough examples to show me how my sway looks like. So I will start from the very beginning. So this goes horizontal. If I'm happy with this, you can leave it. If you're not happy with it, you can change it. But so far, if I'm happy with the default here that was chosen, by the way, why is it called this way? This is why it is called sway, because if you click here, play, it will start working on its own. It will show you the different steps, but I guess I have to set the time and everything. So it will loop, for example, you can choose from the settings, you can choose, it will loop continuously, and then with the animation and everything, and then you click start. So here it is, you can click here, choose the autoplay settings here from here and everything. So you wait, I didn't do anything here. So it will just give you the time that you chose, and then it will take you to the next stage. Okay, see, hands-free. That is why it is called sway, because this is how it works. Now, let me go back to the settings. I don't want this style. I want something else. So in this case, do I want my sway to look as slides or vertical? And I personally prefer vertical all the time. It depends also on the visuals that you are using on your sway, but vertical is nice, but it's up to you. And here you can either choose to customize your sway. You can choose the different colors. For example, here, instead of the green, you'll have purple, or for example, something else. You can type a color here, or you can choose from any from the styles that are suggested. In this case, you can choose here the font. You can choose the font, the size, the emphasis, etc. Everything. Okay. If you choose a remix, it will just design this way as a remix. It will put some from all the styles available. So this is an example. So this is one, and it's still horizontal. So let me change to vertical, and see it saves automatically here. And this is how it looks like. So these are my certificates. These are examples of my students' collaboration on, for example, on Flipgrid or whatever it is. Give details to any, it doesn't matter how many evidence you put. You can be selective, but you choose something that is strong and shows exactly what you need. That will be enough. You don't need to put a lot of evidence, because many people would say, I do not have enough evidence. I haven't been saving screenshots or stuff. So if you give an example from, because there are the written questions, we covered these last time, the last written questions, they ask about specific project and how it supported 21st century skills and the course design that we have on Learn, etc. If you have evidence for that, that's fair enough. The rest will be questions and answers in the form itself. Now, remember this one. This is the link that we embedded or we added to this way. So if I click it here, it will ask you, are you going to trust all links in this way or not? So you can click OK, and you see it will open another window where you saved your video, for example, and here it is added to your sway. Okay, now we uploaded earlier a video from the computer, and as you can see here, because it took some time, it didn't work. So when you are, and this is like something I've experienced it last year. So when you are uploading a video, even if it is short, don't leave this page until it is uploaded, or it will start the process or it will end the process when you leave this section here. So if you are adding a video, make sure that it is really short, and then you wait until it is uploaded. After that, if you leave without it being uploaded, it will end the process most of the time. So better wait until it is uploaded, and then you move on to the next step. So these are, as I said, some examples. Back, for example, to settings here. How you can design your sway. Everything starts from design. So here, storyline, everything you want to put. For example, let me say I would like here to add some pictures. And in this case, I'm going to choose stack. So what is a stack? So it will take like a couple of pictures, and they will be shown as a stack in the text. So I will add the content here. So I will upload from my device, and I will go to any file. Of course, when you are preparing for your MIEE, you should have your screenshots ready, your pictures ready. Try to be ready before you start working on your sway. So I will choose randomly here some examples. This is breakout rooms, for example, activity, collaboration, for example. Here I'm choosing randomly, but if you have a couple of pictures about any activity, it's better that you write what is it about. Okay, so this is an example of a group stack. The first one is, or my first group stack is created. We will see how it looks like when I switch to the design. So in the design, here we go. And by the way, it takes you, if you are here, it takes you where you stopped. If you are working here, for example, it will show you this place. If you're working here, then it will show you the last activity that you added. So this is my sway. Here is the link that we added, and this is our stack of images. Now, if you're happy about the images like this, then it's fine. If not, you go back to the main design and you choose, you click on group stack here, and it will ask you, you have some options, you have group type, ungroup, and then the size. So I would say, for example, I don't want stack, I will change, and then it will ask you, would you want it to be put together automatically, or would you like it to be a grid or a slideshow, or this slideshow as well is nice. So let's check it out. Every time you make a change, you can check it immediately here. I see, okay, and these are your pictures. Now, I'm still not very happy with this design. So you can choose from the ones that are already ready. It will change and gives you or give you this theme, for example. You can just click the theme and it will change. This one changes the fonts and everything. Or this one here, it can give you a background for your sway. So like this, if you choose this one, for example, or let's say this one, or much better, they have some nice designs that are already also ready. So it could be just a color, okay, like this one or the other, and you have more here, more designs. If you just like white plus 2 colors and so on, etc. And then the last option here, it actually comes with some nice backgrounds. So you can choose, if I choose, for example, this design from the very end of the styles. So this is one example, this is ready, and it will be applied to all your sways. But here, of course, you have to be careful. You want your design to show your professionality. So be careful what you choose, because it's one of Microsoft tools and they care a lot about presentation skills. So, you know, you have to choose, you know, carefully the design, and the simpler, of course, the better. So now, if I'm happy now with this sway, for example, so this is how I would like my sway to look like, for example, and then my sway is ready. Okay, now one more option here that I would like to share with you. So I will still add more. So here, for example, for the heading, we have already seen how to add a heading. If I would like to add, for example, now these are some pictures, but I have a link, for example, that shows, for example, my students' work. So I would like to embed some of their work on, for example, let's say a Wakelet, for example. So I would go to Wakelet, and I will click something, and then it will give me the upload or the embed option here. So if I have here an example, so this, for example, this is just an example, guys. So if I would like to share this Wakelet, for example, I would like to embed it on my sway. So you have, when you click share Wakelet, first you make sure that it is public here, and then you can share either from a link or a QR code. In my case today, I would like to show you that you can embed it. Why? What is the difference between embedding a Wakelet and a link? You will see. So I took I copied already the embed code, and here on my sway, I chose embed, and here, this is what I added. So look at how it looks like. So, okay, and if I choose the size, I want it bigger size or medium size. So it opens directly what's in the Wakelet. So when you put a link, it will just give you a link and it will open an external window. However, if you choose embed, then you will see it like this. And you have to use both, use link and use embed. Let me see, for example, can I click or can I add something else here? Yes, you can add audio, for example, and here you can record yourself, and then you can add. So it will give you the time. Hello there. So in the link above, I added or I embedded a Wakelet of my students' work during the New Year's Eve, for example, and then I'm done. So you have here a couple of options. Is it record or delete and start over? So record, start over, or you can add to your sway. So it will be added here directly, but write a description, for example. So audio about or explaining the previous embedded. And then again, I will check how it looks like in the design. So I will scroll down, give it some time. Okay. I think it did not save for me. Okay. So it did not save. I don't know why, for some reason. Okay, hello. So this is my Wakelet link. Okay. And here I will add to this way. Okay, so I have to wait for it until it uploads. And then I will share the design. So see, every time, if you leave the window before it is uploaded or saved, the work might be lost, like the one that I just, like what just happened here. So they are preparing the audio, so it will take a while to upload. Now, let me go back to the previous way. So remember this one, I started this way from a PowerPoint. So this is how it looks like in a PowerPoint, but it needs, I will need, for example, to work on it. It doesn't come, if you just take it from PowerPoint and you leave the default, it will not be as nice as you want it to look like, or it's up to you. So sometimes it will look nice. Sometimes you would like a different design. So it extracts the pictures and everything, but you have to work on them. So see, even the pictures, they are added as single files, for example, and the text is added there as well. You have to decide here, how are the pictures, for example, the size, and here, this was like in the end of the topic, so I don't need this, for example, so I will delete it. This picture here, I would like it to look a bit bigger, and so on. So for example, these pictures, I just want them, for example, to look bigger and all at the same size. So here, and then perhaps if I add a caption here, what is this picture about? So I can add a text about every picture. So this is, for example, teacher certificate. For example, so this is just an example. Here, for example, this is my invitation to something that I've done at school. Here, for example, Teams meeting, screenshots, and so on. And then when you check design, you will be able to see it, how it looks like, and then you can change. But honestly, I do not advise that you start from a ready document unless it's like perfectly ready and you will just spend some time fixing the styles and themes, because you will end up like starting from the very beginning and adding and deleting stuff and modifying. So if you have your work ready in a file, better start a new sway. So let's check now, our audio is added. So let's check it here, how it looks like. So here, this is the audio plus the caption that is added there. And this is the link that I embedded here. Okay, now, is there something else I can add to this sway? For example, I can insert. So from here, I can always, so this is the section, this is a section here. It says group stack or group slideshow. Now I would like to add something else. So from here, from the outside, I will again here add either a text or media or an audio, or I will embed, for example, something else, and I will embed it here. So for example, if it is a Microsoft Forms, and let me take the example of a Microsoft Forms. So from this way itself, you don't need to leave that way and then go somewhere else. So I will share with you today's link. Okay, the session registration link. So I will add it here. So here, when you are sharing forms, and this actually applies to most Microsoft tools, you will have many options of sharing. It could be just a link. It could be here sharing it with a person, invite someone to work on this, or via email, or a QR code, or you can embed it. So in my case here, we need the embed. So you can just copy it here. And if you add it to Sway, let's see what happens. So I chose here the embed form, and voila, it's added there. And then I will make sure that it is seen by students and clear. If it is, for example, an assessment in your class or anything. So here is the Microsoft Forms. It's embedded right there, and it is it could be seen. So that's the difference between the link and the link. This is how it looks like. You can add a title and you can share it there, but when clicked, it will take you to another window. However, if you click embed, it will be right in your window right there. So here again, this will show you the different sections of this way. It's like the slide master in the application. So this can help you jump from one section to the other in this way. So here, now, in this option here, in the three, or the ellipses, or the three little dots in the corner, the top right corner, and it's like something that is, it's a Microsoft feature, I guess. So you have many options. The first option will take you to your sways, or create new, or duplicate this sway. So duplicate this way, you don't need to duplicate this way that is already yours. But the nice thing, most of the sways that people share, you can actually duplicate. What does that mean? So it will give you, it will save a copy to your sways, and then you can work on them. Or you can save it as a template, you can print it, you can export it. But for export, as I told you, it could be exported to Word or to PDF. But remember, when you export this way with videos, the PDF may not always work or show videos, as you know. So again here, let me go back to that. How can I use this way in the classroom for collaboration? Because this was one of the training points. When you share this sway here, so first you have here settings for this sway, you have save as a template, etc. All these are there, and you can sign out from the window completely. Now, if you want, you create, for example, a certain sway, and you have, like in PowerPoint on Teams, for example, you have group 1, group 2, group 3. You can actually create a sway with the same thing. You give, for example, group 1 in the design here, for example, you can add headings and stuff. So you can add, for example, here heading. This will be, for example, group 1 section. You may sometimes even write students' names, etc. And then you can add another one, group 2, and so on. And then you give each of them what you want them to do, like a mission, for example. So, and you add here either a link to a video, and I will show you. You can add also a YouTube video here as well. So you want students to work on this together, to collaborate. Then this is how you share your sway. So you share sway with First, because it's you and your students only, you will have this option. You must choose this option, which is those in your organization with the link. Why? Because if you, even when you share with anyone with the link, then you can choose who to give this way to. Okay, if you are working with a group of people not in the same organization, then you can choose anyone with the link. Or if it is you and your students and you want to see who is working on this way, who did not work, who responded, and so on, you can choose the those in your organization link, and then you click edit. For the edit here, and I will share with you this now, you will be able to just look at this way and work on it right away. Like a group of people can actually work together in the same way. One can be, for example, writing here something, adding a picture here. Let's say, for example, one of you from group 1, for example, I will write here, add, for example, add a link from YouTube about, let's say, for example, what can I say? So this is MIEE. Let's say, for example, about Sway from YouTube itself. And then the second group will be, for example, add. So I will add here, I will write something, add, for example, a link about collaboration on OneDrive. For example, it's just an example. And you see, so I would tell students that, for example, X and Y will work on this while the others will work on something else. And here, if some of you can just log in the link, it will show me that students are working already on this section here. I will be able to know who is working on this sway, etc. Now, so here, as you can see, so share this way, it gives me here 2. So I have Zainab here because she is in my organization. I will be able to know who is she, or if it is Jelena, someone else. So again, from my organization, she will be able to edit. However, other people who are not with ESE may not be able to edit unless I choose the second link here, or the third option, which is anyone with the link can do that. Okay. So here you may try. Let me check the chat. If you have any questions or any comments so far, please go ahead now. If you have any questions, please ask. And in the meantime, I will share the attendance link at the same time and see your questions, please. So SWE requires actually more time because it has a couple of other features. So if you have any questions now, please go ahead and write. And that is our forms. Certificates will be shared later. I tried to make this short because I'm aware that many in ESC schools are already leaving, or it could be a bit late. However, if you have any questions you'd like to ask about SWAY, go ahead, please, and ask. If not, we will try to add, for example, something else to SWAY. So I will get, for example, here, YouTube. We added forms, we added a Wakelet, for example, etc. Okay, so if I'm happy with this one, for example, this is just one video, and I will add it to our SWAY. So I can change this link, for example, from Microsoft, from YouTube using Microsoft Edge. Instead of always adding a link, I will just add a video on YouTube or from Bing, and here it could be embedded directly in Sway as a QR code picture. So here, this will be something else. So I will add an image here, and I will explain what is that image. So here, upload from my device, and then I will choose the QR code to instead of a link. And then those who are on their mobile phones, for example, they can access or they can scan the code to see the video. I can add here the video on Bing about, for example, climate change. So this is an example. And then if I check the design, this is how it looks like. It's a huge. So perhaps in this case, I will go back and choose a smaller picture. And here you always have, please make sure that you always have, or make sure that your pictures or whatever you add, they should have a caption to say, what is this? Because sometimes people put evidence that is not clear by other people. They don't understand why they added, for example, this evidence, or why are they using it? What will it show? Will it show collaboration? Will it show critical thinking? Will it show, for example, you know, any kind of or any skill that you'd like to highlight? Which tools are you using, for example, etc. Now, another feature of Sway, instead of adding media, like we said, from your, for example, from your laptop, you can add directly from search, and here it will give you suggestions. Here you can choose either from your OneDrive, you can choose from Flickr, you can choose from Bing or Picket, YouTube or my device, etc. So if I add, for example, let's say if I add, for example, a PDF to my Sway, this is how it will look like. So any document or any media that you choose to add to your Sway, it will be added. But as we said, if you're adding from a PowerPoint or a Microsoft Word, it will change the settings, it will change fonts, it will change everything. So you have to work on those. You have to make sure that the formatting is appropriate and is what you want to show them. Okay, so I guess this is a summary of Sway. If you have any questions, please go ahead. In the Microsoft Forms, I added links. If you have been with us last week, I will share with you later another link of session codes. But if you haven't been with us, then these codes will work. So please let me know. And then the new session codes will be shared as well on your Telegram if you are not able to redeem these codes. However, we will be soon, inshallah, opening the Telegram channel for questions and answers. If you need any questions or any support about any of the application steps. So here are the redeem codes and the Microsoft form. I will make sure that everyone here, yeah, you could, I think you could unmute. Let me disable microphone. No, you could unmute and ask questions if you need, or write in the chat. That would be all for this session. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your attendance, and I wish you all the best, inshallah, in your MIEE application, and see you